All right, let's do our little deep brief. Everything is so deep on this week. It's been really deep. But this is our little catch up from after our first week rehearsing our Hallowed Walls.
Yeah.
So I guess my question for you is, how did you felt before we started our rehearsal week?
Uh, I must say, I was extremely nervous. I'm nervous because of what will be working on. I was nervous due to the fact that there's also connectivity that'll play that'll come to effect. So, but yeah, everything turned out quite good.
Yeah, I I guess I was mostly worried of, oh my god, there's so much I want to fix, there's so much I want to do I have enough time to do everything? But
Mm.
I guess when we kind of started to really go into the piece again, I got more relaxed of, wow, it's not in that bad stage what I kind of imagined it to be.
So you were preparing for like the worst case scenario
Yeah,
situation.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. And you know that I want to be really specific with on things. So
Yeah.
yeah, I thought I need to work. We need to work so much more. But then kind of seeing everything is like, wow, all right, okay. It was not that bad that I I kind of have feared for myself.
Uh,
So yeah, that trust that it's okay.
okay.
How you
That's
are
interesting.
now feeling after our first week?
I am feeling confident. I'm feeling confident to keep continue doing what we are doing. I'm confident that the quality of work we will deliver is most likely to be the best, and it's an overall happy, exhilarating feeling. I am thrilled. And yourself?
Yeah, I'm really relaxed, I think.
Mm,
Surprisingly relaxed. Even though I still know that we have things we need to, that I'm excited to start working again, but I feel much more calmer and I feel relaxed. And yeah, getting inspired again about the whole piece. And
mm,
yeah, working together. And even though there hasn't been many connection issues, so I'm also really happy about that.
yeah, that's the determiner.
Yeah.
It determines if we have rehearsal or not.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm happy we have not had such encounters on my end, on your side as well, or much of those.
And now it starts a little bit
Mm.
cut. So now we
Uh, I
now
think
we started to talk about it. So now it started
let's
to
talk
cut.
about connection.
Uh
No
we
connection.
yeah, let's not talk about that anymore.
Connection.
Go. What do you think? What's the first things that comes to your mind? What have you learned from this week for yourself?
For myself. I mean, I've looked at your strengths while working together, and as a person who moves as a dancer, you've taught me every movement is detailed and well choreographed. As opposed to before coming into this rehearsal space, I would be like, okay, so if we want to do this movement, we just do it, and it won't be just detailed or this specific. So that's your strength that I've also learned during the course of the rehearsal, which I feel it will be beneficial even in future on how I conduct myself, not only in our space, but for future purposes as well.
Cool.
Mm,
Nice.
yeah. on your end, what have you overall, yeah, learned?
Yeah, it was really interesting that, yeah, we have also Bush working with us and being kind of our outside eye, and
Yeah.
coming to join us, as both of us, we are the artists in the piece, but we are also the performers, so it gets so deep in our own what we're doing, so it's always good to have that outside eye, and it was good that Bush is kind of working with us for this. So when he was also talking about kind of on the parts when I'm talking, that how much I sometimes little bit swallow the last part of the word,
Mm.
and it is something that I have paid attention a lot. The kind of now the last year that, oh my god, yeah, I'm doing it. But I think it comes so much about Finnish language, how we kind of pronounce things. So it's so much easier when we kind of talk. It kind of goes more in the words, kind of little bit swallowing the last part. So I never noticed it that much that it is happening with my English as well. But now
Mm.
that when he was also kind of saying it, I'm like, I paid a lot of attention, and I'm like, yeah, now I understand it. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing I need to kind of. I started to pay more attention that, wow, I am doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. It's also really interesting.
Yeah. On that same breath, I figure, uh, prior to us starting this project, I thought it's okay for artists to just direct themselves. But now, looking at the kind of feedback we got from Bush, it now has given me a different perspective that, as artists, we actually need a different opinion, you know, a different opinion that'll see uh, or that'll have their own view on how the piece will go or the direction it ought to go. So yeah, his presence were quite insightful.
Yeah, yeah, really. I always have felt like it's because so much of the works that I've been doing, I've been so much that I'm the performer and I'm the choreographer and a million things at the same time. As so many of artists who are working as a freelancers, you need to kind of little bit do everything. So it's I have got that as a useful really help to have that some other person who is not kind of involved with the piece. So he or she is looking at it from a really fresh eyes. And yeah, it's been really lovely that Bush is really working with us, and because he also saw it where we kind of started with the research part of it. So
Yeah.
he has been kind of there from the start. So really, I think he has a bigger insight of the whole project and the theme that we are really kind of diving into. But it's also getting that fresh eyesight from him. It's been really helpful. But yeah, now it's just excited to go for next week. We're gonna dive into further. Um, do you have any last questions or last thoughts?
Last thoughts. I just hope that next week we don't drop the ball because we'll be having other few members on board. So I'm hoping that we continue with the momentum that we have been carrying during the course of this week. I think that would be, yeah, my kind of thought or what's lingering in my head.
Remember, they're not joining next week.
Either way, I'm hoping we don't drop the ball
Okay,
next week.
we don't drop the ball. Yeah, you just jumping into when we get the whole team. But yeah, it's just I can see you're excited to get the whole team together, which I'm excited too. But it's gonna be a few more weeks before the whole team, and we're gonna have John from South Africa joining us, and then we have Lucy from Scotland, which is gonna be exciting that we have then a little
Yes,
bit
yes.
of bigger team. But and I can see you're so excited because you're just jumping straight away to get the whole
Yeah,
team. Oh my gosh. Yeah, not yet. But yeah, I'm excited for next week as well. I feel like we have found a good momentum. So hopefully keeping that going.
Sure
And
thing.
yeah, for next week, let's see what's gonna happen. We're gonna get back in our debrief for this. Send another one. Let's see what's gonna happen on next week.
Yeah, diary.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I will see you next week.